question to be heard.
Yes, sir.
My name is G.B.R. I live at 904 Brookhaven Drive here in Valdosta. I just wanted to first be heard here before expressing my concerns that I have for the Valdosta Police Department. I am a local minister here, a local business owner. I have won several business awards from the Chamber of Commerce. But on January the 27th, I've never been so humiliated in all of my life. On the 27th, I was stopped by the Valdosta Police Department Drug Squad. They stopped my vehicle. The guy came to my car. He asked for my license. I gave him my license. And I asked him why did he stop me. He said after he looked at my license, he would determine, he would tell me. He told me that he had a tip that drugs was in my car. And I asked him, I said, was it a vehicle like this or this vehicle? He said, no, this vehicle. And that really disturbed me because this vehicle was a vehicle that my wife drives. My wife is an educator in the school system, have dedicated most of her life to helping underprivileged children. And just this day that she was in St. Simon's Island for a workshop. And I was just driving. I went to the doctor, took my son to the doctor, took him home on the north end of town, and was on my way back to work when he pulled me over. I said, well, you know, officer, there's no way that this vehicle could be involved in anything like that. He said, well, do you have drugs in the car? I said, no, sir, I don't have drugs in the car. I said, I'm a minister. I've dedicated the last 20 years of my life talking to drug dealers about putting down the drugs, and most people know me. I've mentored over 100 men in the community, most of them ex-drug dealers. And I said, I've dedicated my life for being on your side. He told me he didn't care. He said, I don't care. I said, you don't care that I'm a local minister and business owner? He said, no, I don't care. I'm investigating a drug tip. He said, go and tell me where the drugs at now, because if you don't tell me where they're at now, I'm going to find them anyway. I said, officer, I don't have any drugs. I said, I'm on your side of this. He said, well, step out the car, because I'm going to have the dog to come walk around the car, and if he alert me that there's drugs in the car, I'm going to search your vehicle. So I stepped out of the car. He brought the dog. He didn't walk around. He went straight to the driver's door, and he hit on the door. The dog, I didn't hear the dog. I don't know what the signs are, but I didn't hear the dog's bark or anything. He came back. He said, well, I'm going to have to search the car. The dog just alerted me that there is drugs in the car. I said, officer, I have parishioners on this street. I have 2 or 3 members of my church that live on this street. I said, this is humiliating. He said, well, I got to still search the car. So he searched the car. He tore up my car, threw the papers all over the seat. He didn't find anything. He went back then and got the dog back then and put him inside of the car. Dog went inside of the car. He couldn't find anything. And he came back and he said, well, I must have got a bad tip. And I said, officer, you know that the dog did not alert you to any drugs in the car. I said, you just got the wrong person this time. And I was humiliated. And I don't know how you would feel. And I thought about, what about if this was my wife? Or what about my mother? I said, I was already humiliated, but I don't even know how I would even imagine if my wife was an educator for over 20 years in the Valdosta City school system. If this is her vehicle, I would have felt. And I have deep concerns. And before I filed my formal complaint, and I was going to let it go. And I asked the officer, I said, officer, what's your name? He said, I could find a report, a detailed report that would be at the Valdosta Police Department on that next Monday. I went that next Monday. I got a report. It was a one-pager that didn't even have my name on it. I talked with the commander. He said that I could, by the Open Rights Act or something like that, all I had to do was fill out something and I could get a detailed report. Well, I've done that, and I've yet to receive that, and that's been over a week ago. And I believe that, I don't know about other people, but I feel like my rights was violated. He did not have right to search my car. And then I asked him the question, I said, if the dog alerted you to that it was drugs in the car, why didn't you find the drugs? And the only thing that he had to tell me, well, I got a bad tip. And I don't know how you guys feel about it, but for me, I was humiliated. I had 3 of my customers that visit my business frequently that pass by. 2 of my members of my church pass by.
And when your 5 minutes are up, I apologize for that.